friends of the blade, good to see you again. Today we're going to have a look at the cold steel Assegai spare. You know, this is the shorter version of the Assegai spare. It's approximately 1 meter in length. They do have a longer version, approximately 2 meters, but I decided to go for this one. You know, that's an awesome spare. You know, spears have been one of the oldest weapons of mankind. Back to the days of the Stone Age, the hunters have used spears. In the beginning it was nothing more than a long wooden stick with a point at the end. The blade has 45 centimeters, I measured just, and going from there to here, and 35 centimeters are the sharpened part of the blade itself. It's housed in this very nice kydex sheath, and the blade looks like this. Now that's a short Assegai spare, very cool weapon, and today we're going to have a look at this one. And let's see what this can do. Now fellows, you know, a spare is meant to be a thrusting weapon in the main purpose, and therefore you can keep it in your hand while thrusting, or of course you can also throw with a spare. And I haven't thrown with this cold steel short Assegai so far, and so I'm really curious how this baby flies. Let's see. Now I try a short distance. Quite fine. Of course, this is no big deal from 2 meters distance. Let's try a little bit longer distance. Moving the camera a little bit. So, let's try the cold steel Assegai spare. So far, so good. So, my friends, You know, the main purpose of a spear is of course the stabbing, the thrusting, stabbing motion. And a small spear like the cold steel short Assegai spear, you can also use it in a way that you probably more would use a sword. For instance, in a hacking motion, like so. Of course, when you use a spear for hacking that it's not designed originally for, be careful about this spot where the wooden grip joins the spear head. You know, it's just sticked in there and then fixed with 2 screws. So if you hit too hard, then there might be a risk that it's breaking here. But for stabbing action, where it's meant to be, there I think this is truly reliable piece of steel. In fact, how cold steel produced this one, it's just a flat piece of metal that's under high pressure, 5 tons or whatever, pressed. So I think the production is cheap, but the design is really cool. I recommend this. Cold steel short Assegai spear. So you can swing it around, throw it, grip it. It's really fun to handle. I like this. Yeah. A really fine cold steel product. The short Assegai. And one day I probably try out and put a longer 1.80 m handle on it, and let's see how it will handle then. But until now I'm really happy with the short Assegai version. So this is really nice piece of steel. Like it a lot. So fellows, just a few more throws with a short cold steel Assegai spear. Let's look. Short Assegai spear. You know, the short Assegai really handles well, flies well. I think that the longer Assegai version would fly a little bit better, since it's more stable through the air. Cold steel Assegai. So buddies, I think that the shorter version of the cold steel Assegai spear is more designed for keeping it in hand all the time. Not so much for throwing, therefore the longer version would be the better option, but the shorter version is for stabbing actions where you keep the spear in your hand and don't let it go. It has nice reach. You know, if you grip it here in the middle and then make the forward motion, then you will cover a good reach around you. You can reach everything into 2 meters distance around you. So I think it's really, if you are used to train with swords, then try to get a grip on the short Assegai. You will be amazed, really. So much fun to use a short Assegai. It's really a nice short spear. So you know, the spear also flies well if you do an underhand motion, like this. Of course, this is suitable only for short distance, like this. You know, you just let go the spear. Now upper head. Cold steel Assegai spear. Very cool. See you guys.